Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to cold weather here in northern Michigan. So it's my third attempt at this video. I've run into a lot of codec issues with editing software and my cameras, so hopefully this time it works. I think I got that issue fixed. I wanted to give you an update on the bass boat build. It is mostly done. I have got the decks all built, front deck, main deck, and small rear deck. I left that open so that I can put dual fuel tanks. I have a second one for the other side, and then we got the 33 horsepower Johnson up and running. That was a lot more than what we expected it to be. The great running engine that I purchased was not a great running engine, and it led to lots of work. I ended up having to completely rebuild the wiring harness for the motor. It had been lit on fire somehow. I'm assuming it's due to the carb issues that it had that I had to fix, because it flooded out on me multiple times, just kept pumping fuel out of the front of it, which I fixed that with a new float needle and valve, so that's replaced. I have got it running. It takes a little bit to tune it. For anyone that's never done one of these old outboards, you have a high and a low speed Richling. So here's your low speed and then your high speed right here. So the low speed you can set in a barrel of water, you know, as long as you got a barrel that's deep enough to get to your intake on the side and where the water pump is, which is up here in this portion. As long as you got that covered in water with a barrel, you're good to go. But you can only set the low speed in a barrel. If you want to set the high speed, you got to get out on the water and actually do it under load. So I was finally able to get that done about a week ago, and it seems to be running quite well. So obviously it's going to take a little bit more, and we're at the end of the season, so hoping I can get it out at least one or two more times and get some footage of that. But for now, we got this. I did get my switch panel in. Nothing on that's hooked up yet. I'm gonna have my bow and stern lights and everything for nighttime running. I'll have a radio hooked up, a bilge pump wired into it, and then I'll have under edge lights that will run around up under the lip here so that I can light the water up at night if I'm fishing. And then there'll be a couple more things hooked up. I'll have a secondary battery will go up under here, and I'll build a hinged hatch to cover that portion. Main batteries up front under there. That's just to keep the rain out. Haven't drilled holes for the rain to run out yet, so that stays up there for now. Then up front, we took the front bench that was up here, the foam out of that because it was completely waterlogged, and then I cut a hatch here. I turned the tub sideways so that it was heading from the front back to here, and inside of here we have front and rear tie down ropes, and we have the anchor. And when we go out, we throw, you know, small fishing poles, you know, thin little tackle box can go in there. Then we got a hatch here, which is where I keep my life jackets. There's only the backup life jacket in there right now because we went out yesterday and I pulled all the jackets out when we were done. The other side is where we keep our net and fishing poles going there, because they can slide all the way up to the front, which I will be covering this up with another board and carpeting it too. Then got our shifter and throttle controls here. You can see front platform seat, captain's seat, and then the rear. The only thing I wish I had done on it, and I may still do and go back and do, is I wish I had used the space that I have in here for another big hatch right here, because that's all just open space underneath of that floor, and I wish I had taken advantage of that. I didn't, but you know, it happens. So that's it for now on this. Hopefully as soon as I can get some more stuff done on it. Starting to get cold like it is now, I'm probably not going to concentrate on this anymore this year, just because I have other projects that have to get done before the snow comes. So I will take and roll in pictures of the wire harness that was on here, the rebuild on that, and then the water pump housing was missing a whole chunk of, I guess you would call it the wall of inside the water housing for the pump section. I had to completely rebuild that, get a new impeller, the new impeller plate. There's a restriction plate in there that allows the flow of water to properly go through. Had to replace that, and I had to take a small piece of aluminum and actually physically cut the shape of it and hand file it, and then JB welded it into the wall inside the water pump housing. And I'll roll in pictures of that in order to allow it to actually pull water in and pump water through it to cool the motor. But we got it done. The motor runs, strong running motor. I'll have new spark plugs in it soon, just because it flooded out a whole bunch, and I know these are old plugs. I need to replace them just to make sure that that's good to go. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed the update on this, and by next season we will have on the water videos and get some fishing done for you guys. All right, appreciate you coming out, and I hope you come back for the next one. We have an introduction to the next boat.